Well, hello everyone and welcome. This is our fourth week of our Natural Living Makeover. My name is Jenny and today is all about green cleaning, which is such a wonderful way to intentionally come into our space and to make it our own. When we have a space that's orderly, that's neat, that's clean, that's fresh, using all natural ingredients, it can just make everything around us just that much better, help us be that much more productive, that much more satisfied with our daily routine and space. It also helps our inner sanctuary as well when things are clean and we feel good about that. I don't know about you, whenever I have the house just sparkling clean, everything is in its place, you can just breathe a little easier no matter what's going on. It just makes life a little bit better. So I'm so excited to see each and every one of you here. If you've had a chance to start, or maybe you've completed our week 4 course inside of your natural living makeover experience, if you could pop in a 3 into the chat, if you've either started the course or you've completed the green cleaning course, just go ahead and pop a 3 into the chat. Now, if you are brand new to us and you're like, what in the world is going on? We are taking almost 4,000 people through a natural living makeover, a 6-week makeover, where each week we have a theme on how to make your own DIY aromatherapy products and just work with what nature gives us, because nature is powerful, nature is vibrant, and when we ask these beautiful products to come into different blends, they can help with skincare, they can help with green cleaning, all kinds of things. Next week is all about kids and pets, and I am so excited to do that lesson with you. Look at all of these students who have already gone through. This is fantastic. Now, if you're wondering what we're talking about, it's free to join our Natural Living Makeover. We're in week 4 of our 6-week makeover. I can't believe we are about halfway through. Now, we will be open for a 7th week and we'll evaluate different learning paths, different ways to keep building on the content and knowledge that we've been learning inside of the makeover. So I'm going to take you inside of our makeover here. So this is hosted inside of the school platform, and this is let's approve this person. Let's get this person in right away. Here we go. This is where you this is kind of your main dashboard. And this is where you can start a conversation. You can search different conversations. We have a ton of content in here already. In this classroom tab is where you can go and catch up on any of the coursework we have available. Week 1 was all about aromatherapy foundations, just setting up the basics of how do we approach topical blending? What is the dilution guidelines for that? How does inhalation work? What are the guidelines for that? Week 2 is all about natural skincare. Week 3 was all about everyday wellness. And now we are in week 4, which is all about green cleaning. So week 5, kids and pets will unlock this coming Sunday. And then week 6, emotional wellness unlocks April 5th. And then we're going to talk about next steps that 7th week and give everyone a chance to go through, to catch up, to review. And then all this content will head over to our Natural Living Club, which is right here. This club has been going for around almost 3 years now. We have an incredible group in here who just wonderful, nurturing, fantastic. All of this content will move right here and live forever in our classroom tab. So I just wanted you to kind of give you a heads up of where we are and where we're headed. And we've just had a wonderful time together. Okay, so I want to start with first things first. We need to award some prizes for our leaders. We have a core group of folks, both in the Natural Living Makeover and in the Natural Living Club, that I really want to recognize today, right now, as we are in our live training. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this is everyone here in our 7-day leaderboard. You are receiving a $25 gift card to go spend at Aromatics International, which is where all of our supplies are from. This is where our studio is down in Florence, Montana. So congratulations to Elizabeth, Mia, Lorraine, Rebel Girl, Angie, Cindy, Kaya, Kimberly, Sally, and Donna. All of you are getting a $25 gift card to go and shop at aromatics.com as a special thank you. It just means that these leaders have been inside of our communities, specifically the Natural Living Makeover, creating posts, commenting, encouraging. So we are so appreciative of the time it takes to go in there and it takes a village to create such a meaningful group around the concept of living an all-natural lifestyle. So thank you so much. Now let's go over to our Natural Living Club, and I don't want to leave anyone out. Let's go to our leaderboard of our Natural Living Club. I'm going to do the same thing here. And as you can see, Some of these names are familiar. So all of everyone on our 7-day leaderboard inside of the Natural Living Club, you are also getting a $25 gift card to go shop at Aromatics International. Some of you are getting 2 gift cards today, and I love that so much. So Nancy, Auntie, Mia, Catherine, Elizabeth, Carrie, Chris, Tammy, Angie, and Sally. All of you are getting another $25 gift card to Aromatics International. So if you could email us, team@aromatics.com, Michelle will set you up with your gift card. So I love that so much. We have some live giveaways running right now. I want to tell you about since we are in our live workshop. So again, congratulations to our leaders in both NLC and our Natural Living Makeover. Those of you who are here, we're going to choose 3 live participants to also win a $25 gift card. So all you need to do is pop in an aha moment for you from either our presentation today or our time that we have had in the community so far in the Natural Living Makeover. It doesn't necessarily need to be about green cleaning, but something that's really stood out to you from our 4 weeks together so far in terms of that really resonates with me. That is a big light bulb moment for me. Just pop in your big light bulb moment, your big aha moment into the chat. And you might be about to learn a light bulb moment. You can put it in towards the end of this live event as well. If this is your first time with us, we want you to be able to participate as well. So put in your aha moments into the chat, and that is how you enter our $25 giveaway. And we have, so Jamie Lynn, she's saying this is her first time here. And Jamie Lynn, I think you're my Jamie Lynn. I think you're my friend Jamie. Hi, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are a first timer, if you want to pop in a 1, we'd love to give you a warm welcome because it is such a wonderful community that you've just found. These folks are so supportive. We have all kinds of, we support each other in our natural living lifestyle goals, right? We also support each other just in the ups and downs, the hills and valleys of this big, wild, and beautiful life. So you found a great group, and we're so happy to have you here. All right, well, let's go ahead and kick off. Again, this is our green cleaning week in our 6-week makeover, and I am just so happy that you are here, and we are going to have a lot of fun blending. So I'm going to make some modifications just because I want you to have some additional information. So we're going to hop back into our week 3. Now, I know you're here potentially ready for your pop quiz, and I'm really excited about that. So we're going to go into our classroom tab. We're going to go into our green cleaning module, and we are going to open up the green cleaning PDF, which is right here in week 4. And we're going to dive right in by making one of these blends together, and then we'll start our pop quiz. And I want to go through and I want to make this bright kitchen spray with you, but I want to do some modifications. Now, we've been talking about during this 6-week makeover that you need to be a little bit more diligent when it comes to water-based blending, right? We know that when you that water can create mold, and so we're going to go through a bright kitchen spray that potentially, and I feel, has a much longer shelf life if we replace the distilled water with hydrosol. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of aroma quick math here. We're going to do some estimation. Now, there are times when you can do essential oil estimation, and there are times when you need to be really precise with your measurements, right? So when you are making a bright kitchen spray, you can be a little bit more playful with your ratios. These are recommended guidelines in terms of the ratios of distilled water, white vinegar, unscented Castile soap, etc. What we like to do when it's a product you're making for a kitchen counter or a wash-off product, you can be a little bit more creative with it, right? When you're making a product for someone who is in acute pain, or they're in a clinical setting, or you are putting those oils topically on your skin, you want to be really diligent, really diligent with your aroma math, right? So I know that this particular recipe, this bright kitchen spray, and if you've made it, and if you have any comments about it, please pop them into the chat. We made this earlier in the studio. Devin and Alon made this last week in our studio. It smells so beautiful. And this is exactly how the recipe is written. It's the bright kitchen spray. It has 1.5 fluid ounces of distilled water, 0.5 fluid ounces of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of unscented Castile soap, 4 drops of lemon, 4 drops of distilled lime, and 2 drops of tea tree, and it smells so fresh and so good. And what I love about making these products is there's no synthetic ingredient, there's no artificial anything. It's just good, good, good. And so when you are cleaning your counter with a product like this that you're making from one of our recipes, from another recipe that you have using aromatherapy ingredients, it's good for the surfaces. It gets things clean. Now, a note about that, if you're cleaning for, let's say, a hospital setting, that's a different set of guidelines, right? This is for your average home. This is for just your space. This gets things clean enough, right? It's a great solution for that. So when you're using these products, not only is it good for keeping things really nice and sparkly clean, it's also so uplifting for your body, your mind, and your spirit, because we know that lime, lemon, and tea tree have those top chemical components we've been talking about inside of your makeover. We know those are the research-based components that are going to help with that cleaning effect, right? We know these oils help with cleaning. What they also do, they also have emotional and energetic properties to help our minds, bodies, and spirits. So these blends not only help get things clean, they're just good for your entire terrain. We call that your entire terrain when we refer to your mind, body, and spirit. So it's kind of a win-win on every level when you are able to make your own products. All right. So I want to go ahead and make a bigger version of this. So this is a 2 ml spray bottle. Now we like to do small batches unless you are using a natural preservative, which we do talk about in week 2 of our makeover. We get into 3 different types of preservatives you can use. When you are using a water-based product, you need to use a preservative if you want your blend to last more than a week, for example. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a larger version of this blend. I love this. And we're going to use ingredients that are going to really help with the longevity of this blend. Now we're going to replace the distilled water portion of this particular blend with hydrosol. We're going to be using lavender hydrosol. This is distilled right here in the mountains of Montana. We love working with hydrosols for cleaning. One big takeaway for me in this whole experience is how much fun we're having learning about hydrosols, right? Hydrosol is its own wonderful aromatherapy product. It is different than essential oils. It has a little bit of essential oil, but it is the water portion of an essential oil distillation, right? The essential oil is on top. Hydrosol is the water portion that comes below, and it has its own therapeutic story that it can add to your aromatherapy practice. In this particular instance, we are going to use it for this blend. Now, what I would normally do, which I'm not going to do with you right now here in the studio, is I would have a solution that has a high percentage of a grain alcohol in it, and I would spray inside of this particular spray bottle. I would spray the I would spray every part of this that's going to go into the bottle to make sure, if I wanted it to just last and last, I want to make sure to really clean out and sanitize the bottle that my cleaning product is going into. I'm going to go through this really quickly. So for my comfort level, I am going to go ahead and use this up in a couple of weeks. So to me, I'm not doing that for you here in the studio, and that is mostly because we forgot to grab it from outside on the warehouse floor. So we're just going to go ahead and make this up. Talking through it with you, I would use this up within a week or so because I'm not taking those measures to make sure my bottle is perfectly clean. If this bottle was perfectly clean, it's going to last quite a long time. So that's, I just want to let you know this is real life blending right now because I want to take this home and I want to use it today, and I'm going to clean a lot. So I can't wait to do that. So I'm going to estimate this. You could also take this into a calculator. So this is a 2 ounce. I'm going to grab one of my Ascali scales because I want to get a little bit more accurate. What's that? Okay, yeah. I'm going to grab, thank you, Devin. Devin can read my mind. I love that. I'm going to grab my Ascali scale. I'm going to turn it to ounces. I am going to put this on my Ascali scale. I'm going to tare it. Make sure I'm in ounces. I was in grams right there. There we go. So now I'm going to just kind of estimate, right? I know that I need basically 3 parts to 1 part of my vinegar. So I'm going to fill this up about 3/4 of the way, and then the rest will be my white vinegar. So I'm going to put in my lavender hydrosol, which has a much longer shelf life than water. Now again, if I want this to last months and months, I'm going to take that alcohol solution and rinse it around, pour it out, and then make my blend. And then it's going to last months and months, right? Okay, I'm going to carefully pour this in just to get an idea of where we're at in case you want to make this at home. But it's basically 3 parts of your hydrosol or water, whatever it might be. And again, because this is a cleaning product, we can be a little quick and dirty with it. I'm going to go right up out to there. Now I'm going to take my vinegar and fill it up about the rest of the way. I want to leave room for my essential oils. I want to leave room for my unscented castile soap. Now this gives me 11 ounces, so let's call it 12 ounces of this particular product. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in my white vinegar. All right, so now I'm going to fill in the rest, which is the 0.5 fluid ounces. And again, I'm just taking the recipe and I'm modeling it how you can make a larger quantity with this. Hey, thanks, Devin. I know, it's kind of a trick to pour. Okay, so I've got my equivalent of 3 parts hydrosol to 1 part of my white vinegar, which is what I'm looking for. It's going to be a great cleaning action. It makes it smell a little bit better too when you're working with lavender hydrosol like that. So essentially, I am going to do some quick aroma math right here. I've got a total of 14 ounces. So I'm going to take this over and I'm going to ask Timely to help us out. It's our little app. We're going to see if Timely can do math real quick. How can I make this recipe for we're going to call this a 16 ounce container instead of a 2 ounce. Okay, I'm going to paste it over. Let's see what Timely says. So Timely is in beta mode. I'm so excited about this. Timely is in beta mode, but it is our own personal aromatherapy assistant where we are uploading all of our content from Aroma Head, for Aromatics, for Thrive, that we've been creating as a team of aromatherapists since the mid-90s. So anything we've ever created, we are uploading into your personal assistant called Timely. So it's all our information that we stand behind that you have access to and you can search. I love this so, so, so much. All right, so it's gone ahead and done the calculations for me, which is wonderful, right? I love it when I can have help with aroma math. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my 8 teaspoons of our unscented castile soap. So basically what it did is it took the 2 ounce recipe and it created a version for me that is appropriate for this size bottle, which I love so much. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my 8 teaspoons, which is 40 mil. So let's go ahead and add, let's go back to our mils here. Our mils are going to be in a beaker. But we're going to go ahead and Devin's looking for mils. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and take our 8 teaspoons and just do an estimation. Or is there a teaspoon over there? Perfect. I have a tablespoon. Thanks, Devin. We decided right before this just to kind of model a different way of approaching blending. If you want to scale up, we want to just show you how you would do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put 8 of these in here. Or you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in here so I can pour it in a little bit easier. All right, so we got 1, 2, 4, 6. I'm going to go with 7 right there. I want to make sure this fits in that. And again, it's a wash-off product, so you don't have to be as careful as you are making a blend for cold and flu support, pain and inflammation, that kind of thing. All right, there we go. We do have room for one more. Look at that going in there. That's pretty cool. All right, we're going to add one more in here. Perfect. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and add our essential oils in. Now, as you know, essential oils are, we choose essential oils specifically based on their chemistry, their aromatic note, and often their plant part, right? So for these essential oils, we know because of their chemistry that they're going to help with those cleaning actions that we need these oils to do, right? So let's go ahead and start with our 32 drops of lemon, which again is so rich in that D-limonene, which is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to go ahead and do our 32 drops of lemon. You know what's fun about this? We've been blending so much in the studio that we're out of lemon. Devin's gonna go grab another lemon. Thank you so much. While he's doing that, I'm gonna check in on the chat over here. I love all these aha moments that are coming in. I know we had a Q&A on Monday. We had a big discussion on the different surfaces you should and should not use vinegar on. And so if you would like to go and review that Q&A, we have it available here inside of our community in the Natural Living Makeover, and it is fantastic, which is great. I can also do a little separate post on when you would use vinegar on surfaces and put it into our Natural Living Club and our Natural Living Makeover communities together. There we go. Thank you so much, Devin. I know, from the cold room. Since straight from the cold room, he sprinted out. So thank you so much, Devin. We've been blending so much with lemon. We've gone through an entire lemon during this, and I was around drop 15. So we're going to keep going to 32, I believe. Let's head over to Timely. All right, yep, 32. So I'm at drop 15, and here we go. If there is a little air bubble, you just pop it. All right, that's going to get us close enough. And then 32 drops of our distilled lime, which you know, distilled lime is never phototoxic. Cold pressed lime is. So again, it doesn't necessarily matter because this is a cleaning product. 32 drops of distilled lime. I love this. I love the lemon and lime in this so much. Here we go. When you're getting into larger quantities like this, you can also take your drops and measure it out into mils, and that's going to give you a more accurate measurement. Again, this is a wash-off product. It's not as important to do that, but if you're blending, again, large quantities for a topical application or something that is an acute health challenge, you'd want to measure out those mils. Different companies have different size of dropper or orifice reducers. So the amount of oil you're getting is a little bit different depending on the size of your orifice reducer. So when you're starting to get into these bigger quantities like 20, 30, 40 drops, that's when you would want to start to measure out in mils for accuracy. Okay, so now, oh my goodness, this looks great. It smells so good and so fresh. I love it. Again, I'm going to want to use this up in about a week. If I had taken the time to spritz that alcohol spray into the container, swish it around, really cleanse it, really sanitize it, this would last months, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and mix it all up. Oh, how fun. Make sure you label it with the date. And there, you have got your own larger version of our bright kitchen spray that, again, we need to do our tea tree portion of this. Let's go back here. We left out tea tree, which we don't want to do. Let's go up here. And I'm going to go here. 2 drops of our tea tree. So that's going to give us 15 drops if we're going to doing our 15 to 18 drops. So let's go ahead and put our tea tree. As you know, it's your free gift of the week. So anyone who orders, places an order at aromatics.com on any order over $40 gets a free 18 ml of tea tree while supplies last. This runs through next Monday. All right, let's go ahead and put our 15 drops of tea tree in. And as you know, I can't talk and talk at the same time. I haven't found that. Area of opportunity. Okay, let's go ahead and mix that up. Oh, that smells so good. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to take this right home and just start cleaning stuff. You know what I love about making my own green cleaning products is suddenly I want to go and start cleaning. And it's a great thing if you are someone who's like, cleaning isn't my favorite. This suddenly can become a really fantastic thing to do.
Two things. Eventually, it will be clear, like that one.
Yes.
And you will want to shake it before every use.
Okay, great. So eventually, it will turn clear, like this one we blended up last week, Alon and Devin did. This will settle down and become clear. It's just the slight reaction of the Castile with the vinegar and the hydrosol. That just creates a little bit extra science for you. And again, make sure you shake it up every time you go and spray the counter, or every time you clean. Thank you, Devin. I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and start our pop quiz for the day. I went ahead and put in your quiz questions into the Natural Living Makeover about 45 minutes early just to give you a little bit of a head start. So let's go ahead and put in our first quiz question for the day. All right. True or false? Your skin, your lungs, and your nervous system are all directly impacted by your environment. True or false? Your skin, your lungs, and your nervous system are all directly impacted by your environment. So while you are putting in your response, your vote to that, I'm going to go ahead and look through our aha moments. There you go. An aha moment for Alicia, thinking of replacing water with hydrosol. I know, isn't that great? It does allow the blend to have a much longer shelf life, as hydrosols last are 1 to 2 years. As long as you're making sure that the bottle is completely clean with that alcohol spray that you rinse out and dump out, then you're going to have a much longer shelf life with your blend, and you're able to make up a larger portion of this versus this is great too. This makes up a smaller amount. You would just want to make sure you use that up within about a week or pop in a natural preservative to that. All right. Okay, we've got 160 votes that are in. All right, we're going to go ahead and close out the poll. All right, so true or false? Your skin, your lungs, and your nervous system are all directly impacted by your environment, and this is true. So anything you're taking into your lungs and breathing, anything that you are putting on your surfaces, you're interacting with in terms of your skin, your lungs, and your nervous system. So in my mind, you know how you have those people who live to be 120, they are just not taking care of their health. They are just superhumans that just live forever. That is generally not all of us in the general public, right? All of these things that we're interacting with either positively or negatively impacts our health. So when you are, even though it's just a simple action of taking a store-bought product that has the synthetic chemicals in it and spraying down your windows, that's a simple action, right? It might not impact your health if you do that once or twice, but if you do that over a 30-year span, 50-year span, all of those things are impacting our health one way or the other. So when you want to just protect your body in terms of its ability to, it loves the natural green cleaning products versus needing to filter out those synthetics. So I love, again, making these products that are really helpful and are good for our lungs. They're good for our skin, and they're good for everything, all about that. All right, let's go ahead. And I love these aha moments coming in. Yes, there are natural preservatives, and they do exist. And we have 3 of them we talk about over inside of lesson 2 of our makeover courses. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and do our second quiz question. Devin's a hero. Devin is like over there. He's got 5 plates in the air when he runs an event like this. No problem. So while we wait for the next quiz question, I'm just spending time looking through. I know, Martha, you're so right. I know. When you have that vocabulary around the top chemical components of each oil, and when you know the research around what that chemical component can do for our health, that allows us to confidently reach for these essential oils in a way that just, again, boosts up our own confidence, and it gives you a vocabulary to talk to other people about it. You can say, you know what? Lemon helps with cleaning because it's rich in the chemical component D-limonene. And that in itself not only is reassuring for us as we are putting our products together, but it is reassuring for the people around us when we're able to explain it, oftentimes to someone who might be more skeptical around essential oils, right? Because as we've been talking about, enthusiasm around essential oils does not equate to understanding and safe use and application of our essential oils. So that's why we're doing this makeover, is to really get in there and to really create that foundation, understanding, level of knowledge when it comes to why we're reaching for which essential oil, how that specific essential oil can show up and really come through for us in which particular situation. It's just like inviting a group of friends out to lunch or on a vacation. When you have that in your mind, you know which friends you're going to invite to which thing, right? It's kind of the same situation with our essential oils. We know who we're going to call up if something hard has happened that day. We know the different uses because of science and also heart and also intuition. There's a lot more that science needs to do in terms of research that professional aromatherapists know intuitively because of decades of collective shared anecdotal knowledge. And so there is that too. All right.
Okay, poll is ready.
Poll is ready. Your second quiz question. Phenols bring strong protective presence and are often chosen when deeper cleaning support is needed. So phenols bring a strong protective presence, and phenols is a family, a chemical family, and are often chosen when deeper cleaning support is needed. All right. I love this. So DJ says, my best aha moment this week was seeing how to break down the best oils for cleaning by properties, best purpose, and also smell, chemistry of clean, and our favorite oil lessons were eye-opening. I love it. I know. And it's, again, the same concept, and you're seeing it as we build on it. We talked about chemistry in week 1. We talked about which chemical components can really support all natural skincare, and then everyday wellness, and now we're broadening it to green cleaning. And you just kind of, the knowledge builds on itself, right? Which is fantastic. It also really is helpful, you know, when you're blending for someone who just really is triggered or does not like the aroma of lavender, for example, which there may be some of you here where you don't like the aroma of lavender, but you can go and find another oil rich in linalool, rich in linalool acetate, which are the top components of lavender. Find another oil similar with a completely different aromatic profile that person is going to really love and still get the benefit of the chemistry coming through with the oils. Okay, let's go ahead and see where we're at. Okay, so true or false? Phenols bring a strong protective presence and are often chosen when deeper cleaning support is needed. And yes, it's true. The phenol comes in, specifically thymol, and 2 others that are over there in your green cleaning lesson. Let's go ahead and find it. I want to go and be very specific about this. So let's go down to our favorite oils for green cleaning, or the chemistry of clean. Right down here, so phenols, under key chemical components for cleaning, phenols bring a strong protective presence and are often chosen when deeper cleaning support is needed. And this, when you drill down even more, is the thymol, the carvacrol, and the eugenol. And those are the chemical components you're looking for example, in Thymus vulgaris, or oregano, or clove bud. And you know, I went off script in recommendations for additional oils that can help with green cleaning. Of course, you have your recommended supply kit for this makeover, and any of the recipes in the PDFs you can make with the kit. But I wanted to give you additional options when it comes to looking at different oils you can choose for different things. So I wanted to give you an even more robust foundation and other oil options that you can turn to if you would like to, which is great. All right. Let's go ahead and do our next quiz question. And then we're going to make a beautiful, deep cleaning scrub, which I also need because I boiled rice on the stove, and I was in the Natural Living Makeover yesterday, and I was typing back and forth with people and I forgot and it boiled over. So now I need to take the scrub I'm about to make and go and clean the stove when I get home. All right, tea tree is rich in terpene all and offers broad spectrum antimicrobial support. This is a heavy hitting question. This is straight up out of our certification program. This is a big question. So, true or false? Tea tree is rich in terpene all and offers broad spectrum antimicrobial support. True or false? If you don't know the answer, you can take a guess. We love doing pop quizzes. We love making friends with assessment. We feel as though assessment in our Aroma Head courses just helps with the learning process. It helps you evaluate your learning so you can go back and relearn or revisit. So we like to have assessment. We are on your team when it comes to putting these different things together. So this is just a fun way to see where you're at, what you're retaining, and it's a great way to shift your perspective if you're guessing incorrectly, for example. All right. We have folks who are writing in true. All right. Yeah, we've got some A+ students here. All right, so we've got A++ students here. All right, so we've got tea tree is rich in terpene all and offers broad spectrum antimicrobial support. And yes, so tea tree we know is one of those oils that is so great for that antimicrobial support. And it is because of that top chemical component, terpene all. So yes, the answer is true. If you put false, that is just fine too. Now you know that it does. It has terpene all and offers broad spectrum support for antimicrobial support, which is why we love to put it in our cold and flu blends, any antifungal blends, all of those things. You know what was so interesting to me? So I let our Natural Living Club members know and our Natural Living Makeover members know that early, because I always want to put in our promotions early into those particular groups, that we're gifting our 18 mil of our tea tree to any order over $40 as long as you put it into your cart at checkout. And you want to know a confession of mine? Tea tree is not my very favorite aroma. I love what it can do. It gets in there and it gets stuff done, right? It's not my favorite aroma. And I kind of thought for the last 20 years that that's just me. And it was so interesting to see all of your comments come in when we announced the giveaway for this week, how a lot of you feel the same way. It's not your very favorite aroma, but you love what it does. And in that, in the discussion thread, there's so many recommendations of how to blend tea tree in, tuck it in. We call it tuck it in with other essential oils that it keeps the power of tea tree, right? I'm going to move this over. It keeps the power of tea tree in terms of the chemistry you're looking for, the action, the therapeutics, the energetics of tea tree, but it softens the aroma. And when you put things together, it creates an entirely different aroma. For example, one of the recommendations in the thread was to add in a little bit of lavender when you're using a tea tree recipe, which is great. It's skin nourishing. It's one of those beautiful oils that are good to pair with tea tree anyway for its skin nourishing properties. So I have the two caps I'm going to smell together. I've got lavender and I've got tea tree. It takes the aroma of tea tree and completely transforms it when you add that synergy of the lavender. The two come together and create a completely different aromatic profile. So if there is an oil that you absolutely love, you don't like the aroma or it's not your favorite, you can combine it with other oils that create an aroma that you love, and you can just take the caps and smell them together and you can see, oh, that's for me or that's not for me. For example, if you're not a lavender fan, let's say, oh, I'm not a lavender fan. Well, I can take my tea tree. Let's go ahead and see how it goes with lime, which we know goes well because we put it in this recipe, right? Take tea tree and lime. Beautiful, right? It just softens that edge of the tea tree, which some people love, and some people it's just not for them. So that is how you can make blends that get amazing results because of the chemistry, that also get a phenomenal result with the aromatics, right? When you are combining those top middle notes in a way that is pleasing for your own nose or your household or your client or whoever it might be, that's the finesse and that's the experience that comes with the study and the practice of aromatherapy, which I love. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our next quiz question. All right, true or false? A quality Castile soap is made from plant-based oils, although it is not fully biodegradable. True or false? A quality Castile soap is made from plant-based oils, although it is not fully biodegradable. There we go. All right, pop that in. And again, I'm loving all of these aha moments coming in. Now, those of you who joined after we started, if you put in an aha moment from our 4 weeks together, or something in this presentation that you're learning or this workshop, that's how you enter our live giveaway. We're giving away 3 gift cards to go and shop at Aromatics International. So that's our live giveaway. And then I have a really great big giveaway that we've been doing. So in the Natural Living Makeover, we've been doing a big giveaway inside of the community section every week. We've given away our body butters and lip balms course. We've given away our Aromatherapy for Natural Living course. And this week, we've got a giveaway coming that I can't wait to tell you about at the end of our time. And it will run right after our presentation. It will run through Saturday at 6 p.m. Montana time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Well, you know what? It's okay. I did a typo on the end. I had to actually fix it as I was driving down here inside of the community. So if you read the original post I put up, I can see how you would misread the end because I did have to change the end on this particular question. All right, here we go. Okay, this is great. And I love it when it's not a clear true or false, right? I love it when you have to guess a little bit. So a quality Castile soap is made from plant-based oils, although it is not fully biodegradable. So the first part is true. A quality Castile soap is made from plant-based oils. It's from the region of Castile in France. That's why it's called Castile soap, although it is fully biodegradable. So the answer is false because Castile soap is fully biodegradable. Now, I put in an additional long section in our course inside of week 4. The power of simple ingredients. I went in before I unlocked the course last weekend, and I put in quite a lot of information around Castile soap. So if you haven't had a chance to go and read about it, I just wanted you to have some more information about it. Of course, you can read all about it at aromatics.com as well. One of our very favorite things to have in green cleaning, which we've been working with today. And in your PDF and in this particular week. But it is made from plant-based oils and it is fully biodegradable. I love using Castile soap in all of my cleaning when it comes to foaming hand soap. You can make an amazing dish soap. You can do so much with Castile soap. And it is so, again, it's 100% plant-based without any animal fats, biodegradable, environmentally friendly. It's free from any kind of synthetics. It's very gentle, and it's great for sensitive skin if you're making a body wash or a body soap, and delicate surfaces. We've been talking about when and when not to use vinegar, for example. And Castile soap is not a worry. You can use it on any surface like that. Okay, let's see. Are we at quiz question 4? This is our last quiz question for the day. All right, and then we're going to make another blend, and then we're going to announce our big giveaway, which I'm really pretty excited about. Here we go. Okay, true or false? Where you live and breathe becomes a sanctuary worth nurturing with intentional care. So where you live and where you breathe becomes a sanctuary worth nurturing with intentional care. True or false? Maybe a little easier of a question than the Turpin and Forall, but a very valuable question and something to be reflective about. Where you live and breathe becomes a sanctuary worth nurturing with intentional care. There we go. And look at all of these aha moments coming in. There you go. So Carrie, this is your first time joining live. Welcome. And your aha is that you can tame tea tree with other oils. I know. You can really tuck it in when you invite 2, 3, 4 oils together, they create their own aroma. And it just is a beautiful dance of aromas. And again, you have that science to back up your selections. And then it's just a really, it's just a really powerful way to blend and get results. Okay. I think we have just about all of our votes are in okay, here we go. 100% of you got this right. There you go. Where you live and breathe becomes a sanctuary worth nurturing with intentional care. And this is true. So our space is more than just our space. When we take the time to take care of our space, put things back where they belong, clean with the power of nature that's good for our bodies. You don't have to hold your breath. You know that feeling when you're cleaning with a store-bought product with those chemicals, those harsh synthetic chemicals, you're spraying and you're just, whenever I'm in the grocery store and I walk down that aisle accidentally, which I always try to avoid, you know the aisle I'm talking about, the cleaning aisle. The entire way down, I'm just literally, I hold my breath because the more I learn about the effect that these aromas have on our bodies and these toxic ingredients and chemicals have on our bodies in terms of our hormonal disruptors, in terms of everything, it just kind of punches at your liver. It just kind of punches at your body's immune system. So when you can remove those things, it allows our bodies even more freedom to heal, to restore, to do movement forward versus static or movement backwards when you're interacting with plant-based, all-natural green cleaning products. So there you go. Those are your quiz questions for today. So same routine. We are going to, and we're not done yet. We're going to make another blend together, and then I want to announce our giveaway. Same routine. Sunday morning. Well, so this Friday, we are going to talk about our aha moments from week 4, green cleaning. So you still have an opportunity to go through the course. It should take about 30 to 45 minutes. You have an opportunity to download the PDF or save it to your computer. You have the opportunity to make some blends. And then Friday, we'll start to talk about our aha moments. Now, as soon as I'm done with our live presentation, I'm going to put up a post, and that's how you enter our big giveaway. I'll go ahead and just tell you what it is. So we have been talking about the power of our new personal assistant, Timely. Now, right now, the only way to get access to Timely is to be a member of our Thriving Aromatherapist community, because Timely is still in beta mode. It's incredibly strong, but right now we're working on inputting information into Timely. Every day it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And if you have a question you want me to ask Timely just for fun, just pop that into the chat and we'll choose a question to ask Timely. But again, it is so strong and powerful. And what I love about it is my go-to place for quality information I know I can trust, because it's our information that we've been creating collectively from Aromahead, Aromatics, and Thrive since, again, the mid-90s. Any blog, any recipe, there's been thousands. Any of our courses, which is hundreds of hours of course content, we are uploading into Timely. And as you know, in the general world, when you search something or you're Googling something or you're putting into ChatGPT, the information that's brought to you with that answer is almost always a little bit flawed, because people have been creating content around essential oils forever, and enthusiasm does not equal and equate to solid knowledge, right? And so when I'm in here in Timely and I'm asking questions and getting information, I know it's solid, proven, good stuff, right? Versus just searching online, because someone could be excitedly talking about a blog with some really potentially dangerous information in there. So this is why I love Timely. So a long way of saying this is our Thriving Aromatherapist. Now, those of you who are in Thrive or would like to join Thrive, Karen is doing a presentation this coming Thursday where she does about an hour to 90 minutes of a deep professional dive on an essential oil, and we do different blogs about it during the month. So we're going to be talking about black pepper. Karen's presentations are in depth. They're incredible. It's information you just can't find anywhere else. It's wonderful. So this is happening on Thursday. Again, this is my long-winded way of saying the giveaway inside of NLC and inside of the Natural Living Makeover. We're going to be giving away for our Natural Living Club members 3 different gifts inside of our Natural Living Makeover. 2 different gifts, and these gifts are going to be a 3-month free trial to the Thriving Aromatherapist, which is the only way you can get access to our Timely, which is called Timely Aromatherapist, which is in beta mode, but it is so powerful. So let's go over to the chat because I want to see. Ooh, great. Yeah, should we ask Timely about ingesting essential oils? Love that for us. Let's see what Timely says. Okay. Can I ingest essential oils? I love that you went to just the hot button issue because this is going to be interesting to see what it says. So see, it's looking at GCMS reports, which is every essential oil we recommend doing and having a GCMS report, gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, so you can see the top chemical components and you can read their percentages. Perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping. So we have an entire course on internal usage with essential oils. What I don't like to see out in the world, we talked about it last week, is I saw a recommendation for lemon shortbread yogurt where you just take lemon, you put in shortbread, or you take yogurt, Greek yogurt, you take shortbread and you drop lemon essential oil on it and you put it in the fridge overnight and you have lemon shortbread yogurt. How dangerous, right? In terms of using oils that way because they're so potent, you want to be very careful with them. So we only are looking at the clinical use of ingesting essential oils for clinical results with aromatherapy. And this is where Timely can help us. And it goes through all the information that we have on that, which is great. So the quick answer with ingesting essential oils is you can do it with incredible education, understanding of how the body works. Now, a lot of times when there's a big fad out there, right, to put a couple of drops in your water and drink that down. Well, your liver is going to take that out right away. You're not going to get the impact. It's when you're working with essential oils, you get so much more benefit from inhalation and topical application. It gets into your system in a way that your body can process and use and implement. When you're ingesting an oil, like just drinking it in water, it just kind of goes through and your liver takes it out immediately. You're not getting any of the benefit. In fact, you're really harming your mucous membranes when you're doing that. So when you want to work with essential oils internally, and there are times to do that on that clinical level, you need a really solid base understanding. We recommend our certification program first before diving in. You need to know how to formulate your capsules, putting them into carrier, olive oil, etc. And really, when you're going to look at essential oils, ingesting them internally and how to get the most use out of them, you're looking at a whole approach using suppositories, which goes right up your butt, right? And that is a whole nother game you really need to understand because then you are able to bypass that liver and deliver those essential oils right into your bloodstream. That is a nuclear option that you need to be really, really, really careful about. And again, we're getting into clinical work with aromatherapy, which is so exciting that it has that depth. You can use aromatherapy for your diffuser. You can use it all the way up in an acute hospital setting, and we have many therapists worldwide that are doing that, which is very cool. But you've got to have proper education along the way so you're using essential oils safely and effectively. So there you go. That's my little soapbox on internal use. Okay, yes, so Thrive webinars are not open to the public. You do need to be a Thrive member. We only open Thrive once or twice per year. Since we've been talking about Timely during this makeover, we've opened it up. So if you'd like to become a Thrive member, you can, and you have access to Timely. You also have access to, again, all of the replays we've ever done when it comes to, we have a lot of content in there that we've uploaded into Timely as well. But in terms of our thriving professional community, which you just want to have, anyone can come into Thrive with that curiosity. You don't need to be an expert. You can just come into it with that curiosity, and we take you into that deep dive into chemistry, how you would use black pepper, which we've been talking about inside of our Natural Living Makeover community. It's one of those oils that are just so good for addiction support. So if you want to learn more about black pepper and you want to join us, please come over and join Thrive. It's thriveeo.com, and that's the giveaway. So inside of our Natural Living Club, I'm giving away three-month trials to Thrive. Inside of our Natural Living Makeover, I am giving 2 3-month trials to Thrive. And I will open that at the end of, or I'll open that in a couple of hours, and that will run through Saturday. And I have the hardest time. I just, last week, there were over between the two groups, 1,500 submissions. So I took and I put everyone, I gave them a number and I put it into a randomized app because I was like, well, I want everyone to win. So I needed some help with that. So that is how we're choosing our winners. It's very random and it's just up to the universe. So please, please, please participate. And I can't wait to award those winners, which is going to be Saturday. I hope all of that wasn't too confusing. That was a lot of information. Where are we at with time? We only have 5 more minutes, so I'll just walk you through the deep scrub. We're not actually going to make it, but I'll walk you through how to make it really quickly. I love this scrub. It is something that I keep in my fridge, and it just takes away, it's such a great deep cleaning scrub for sinks, bathtubs, counters. I'm going to be using it on the stove since I overboiled rice. And now I need to scrub that off because I was inside of the Natural Living Club interacting with people and got distracted because I'm a little bit ADHD. So there you go. Okay, so let's go back over to our PDF. I'm in week 4. Here's my green cleaning PDF. I'm going to open it up. Go down to this deep reset scrub. So you would want to take into a bowl. You'd want to take, and this was the bowl I was going to use for this, but we only have a couple more minutes, so we're not going to blend it up, but I'll walk you through it. So you would take 1 cup of baking soda, which I have over here that you can't see to my right. You would put in 3 tablespoons of our Castile soap. You would put in 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of distilled lime, 10 drops of tea tree, 5 drops of peppermint. You would want to blend all of that up, and then you would want to take any wide mouth container, and we have these containers that are even larger, and you could fill it up with one of these containers from aromatics.com. If you want a gift card, you could use it getting some accessories. Any wide mouth container, it can be an old peanut butter jar, whatever it is, put it in there. I keep mine in the fridge, but you can keep it anywhere. Just make sure you use it up relatively quickly, although there is no water in this recipe, so it's going to have a longer shelf life. Remember, we've talked about shelf life. The product with the shortest shelf life in your blend equals the shelf life of your complete blend. So that's kind of the rule of thumb there. So this does not have water in it, so it's going to have a longer shelf life, so you're able to make up a batch and use it. You'll use it up within a month or so. So there you go. All right, everyone, this has been absolutely amazing. So if you would like to join Thrive, please do. It's one of my very favorite aromatherapy groups. It's high-level aromatherapy. We've got a lot of professional aromatherapists in there that are working on that clinical level. They do have businesses. They are formulators. But we're also a very welcoming group to anyone based on any level of knowledge. So you can come in without even knowing what an essential oil is. You're going to find a supportive, nurturing group of people that can't wait to learn alongside with you. So it's a very, very welcoming community. It's thriveeo.com, and that is how you get access to Timely, which is in beta mode. We will be releasing it to the general public, our communities first, and then the general public, but date to be determined because we're in there building it out, developing it, adding information. It's going to be incredible. So thank you so much. All right, we need to choose our 3 winners from our live attendees today. Do we have our winners?
We do.
We do.
The winner is Sanjita Rajwani.
Sanjita Rajwani, you are our first winner for today for our $25 gift giveaway for our live attendees.
Number 2, Roberta Gillette.
Roberta Gillette.
And number 3, Bonnie Zadney.
Bonnie Zadney. So the 3 of you just won $25 gift cards to go shop at aromatics.com. So if you could email Michelle, team@aromatics.com, she'll put that into your account. I want to just show you how to claim your free gift for this week as well. So I'm going to go to, for example, if you wanted to shop this makeover, if you wanted to get the recommended supplies for this makeover kit, we have a bundle for you. You can go and maybe you have some of these supplies. Maybe you need all of these supplies. We have created a really deep discount where you can get 30% off if you add everything to your cart. Now, to get your free tea tree for this week, you need to just place an order over $40. So this is overkill for that free gift. But let's say I want to go up here. I want my free tea tree. I'm going to uncheck it. I'm going to go to add to cart. All these things are going into my cart. Again, you can just shop 2 or 3 things, whatever you might need to get your free 18 ml tea tree. I'm right here. This is my checkout page. Oh, look, I'm eligible for my free gift. So it's an $18 value. I'm going to add that into my order. And if I have any aroma drops, I can apply them. If you have a gift card, it will show up right here, and you can apply your gift card credit or however much you want into your order, and then I would place my order, and that's how you get your free 18 ml tea tree, which is $18 gift. We would love to give to you on any order over $40. All right, everyone, this has been absolutely fabulous. Thank you for making this one of the most loving, nurturing, supportive communities I've ever seen anywhere in my entire life. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. It takes a whole village to support all of us as we're going through our natural living journey, learning about essential oils, supporting one another in the ups and downs of, again, this beautiful life. So please come over if you haven't yet and join our free makeover. Inside of the Natural Living Makeover. It's free. It's running for another few weeks. We'd love to have you. You can get caught up on all the material very easily. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes per lesson, and we'd love to have you go through. So thank you, everyone, and I will see you inside of the community very shortly. All right, bye for now.